Hi everyone. Sending alerts to the customers are very much important feature of any application. So consider banking application which send you email, SMS on every transaction and also sends OTP to make it secure. My favorite feature of banking application is account statement. So every month on a specific date I get an email from the banking side which contains the complete transaction history of my last month. Similar functionalities we can also achieve in the Java application using the JavaMail API. So today we are going to discuss how to integrate JavaMail API in the Java application and trigger the emails. Before starting the coding part, let's discuss few prerequisites to integrate JavaMail API. So first and very important is we should have a valid Gmail account, and there are two settings we have to do before execution our application. If these two settings are not set up before executing the application, then you will get an exception in the application username and password not accepted, because in the SMTP configuration direct Gmail password is not accepted. So the alternative is, first of all, enable two-step verification and then create app password. So this app password will be used in the SMTP configuration. If you are new to this series, I recommend you watching the earlier videos first. They will help you understand today's topic much better. There are three steps involved in the implementation of JavaMail API. The first one is add the required libraries and dependencies, and second is provide the SMTP configuration, and third, add the Java code which will exactly trigger the email. Add the dependency first, open pom.xml and add the dependency under dependencies tag. So the dependency is Spring Boot starter mail, and refresh the POM file. After adding the dependency, the second step is to add the SMTP configurations. Open application.properties file and add the dependencies. So there are few dependencies that are related to the SMTP that will be fixed, but there are two dependencies that are username and password that will vary person to person. So use these properties and specifically change your username and password. Here password will be app password, not the plain or you can say Gmail password. So as we discussed few minutes back, create a app password. So these are the only few configurations and minimum configurations related to the SMTP that basically we need to trigger an email from the Spring Boot application. We have done with the SMTP configuration. Now next step is to add the Java code to trigger an email. Just create one new service, name it as email service. Annotate this class as a service using annotation @service. Then here we need to auto-wire one Java Mail sender class which is provided by Spring Boot Starter Mail API. Create a logger object to add some logs, but make sure the logger should come from org.slf4j package. Use logger factory class to get the instance of the logger. Now create a method which will be responsible to send an email. So it will take three values related to the email: the address, the subject, and the message of the email. So first of all, we have to create a object of my message. So create my message method we will use with the object Java mail sender we auto wired in the beginning of the class. Then use try catch and handle messaging exception. Now create an object of my message helper and pass my message we created at line number 20 and specify its multi-part request or not. Then set up to subject and message in the my message helper object. And finally, use JavaMail sender object and invoke a method send and pass this my message. Add one logger here, email sent to, and specify the to address here. So this is the minimum code to send an email from the Java application. We have done with the coding part of email service. Now expose one API to test this email functionality. Go to the employee controller and add one API here. So user will invoke this post API and will pass to subject and message related to the email. So here AutoWire email service first and use send mail method and pass to subject and message coming in the payload and return a message email sent. We exposed one API and here we are accepting to subject and message from the user and invoking a method of email service send mail. So it will send an email and we are returning here a static method email sent. We have done with the coding part as well. Execute this application and invoke the API from Postman. Application has started. Now open the Postman and use this URL to hit the API. So this API is of type post, so it requires a JSON. So we need to pass to subject and message. So we have added one Gmail account to send the email and JavaMail API testing is the subject of the email and message is do not reply, it is auto generated email. Just click on send. We received a response email sent. Go to the inbox. See, we have got email in the inbox with title JavaMail API testing. Open this email. So it contains one message, do not reply, it's auto generated email.